Citizen comment, Mary Magdalen Moser.
Mary Magdalen Moser, 2106 73rd Street. Thank God the state of emergency has finally been lifted. What an absolute joke that cheap excuse was. Did you think that locking us out of public meetings for 14 months would make us forget the 3 days of terror and $50 million in devastation? Nope, it didn't. It's now been almost an entire year since the riots, looting, and arson that burned my neighborhood to the ground. Not one single elected official within city administration has even attempted to explain why the city allowed this to happen. Stop ignoring our questions, covering up the decisions that caused the rioting, and tell us exactly what happened. People are dead. Lives and livelihoods have been destroyed forever. My neighborhood is currently redlined, and can you blame banks and insurers? I can't. We don't want more empty promises. We want answers, and the city owes us those answers. No one cares what you think about the Reichstag fire redo in DC, so spare us that flimsy deflection. None of you were elected to address federal issues. We elected you to keep our neighborhood safe, and you all failed miserably. You own this. Don't any of you dare pretend that putting your feet on Nancy Pelosi's desk even comes close to my home shaking when the Danish Brotherhood exploded. 5 minutes after our moronic governor sent a series of incendiary tweets throwing Kenoshans under the bus. I've lived and paid taxes in uptown Lincoln Park for 30 years. Elected Democrats have controlled the city administration that entire time. Those same people who controlled the city government all those years enabled the system that led to the shooting of Jacob Blake and created the conditions that allowed for the rioting and burning of our city. You own this. Why were no arrests for rioting, looting, and arson made on the nights of Sunday, Monday, or Tuesday, August 23rd, 24th, 25th, 2020? Public records don't lie, and no arrests were made for any of these crimes. Why were 52nd and 60th Streets blocked to downtown and rioters literally funneled into my uptown neighborhood? Why were Kenoshans who called 911 on those 3 nights told, and I quote, "We can't respond for reasons of safety"? Whose safety? Not mine. We all got hung out to dry for 3 solid nights. Why were no fire trucks dispatched to my uptown neighborhood until Tuesday morning, well after everything that could burn down already had burned down? Why has the DA dropped charges against all the out-of-state scumbags who were arrested filling gas containers? And they were busted with illegal drugs and weapons. When my neighbors get caught with illegal drugs and weapons, our DA ensures that they are made into convicted felons for the rest of their lives. Why the selective prosecution? This is all wrong. We paid taxes for police and fire protection. The city of Kenosha broke its social contract with us. The city cannot refuse to provide the services we already paid for and then pretend this never even happened. And what's your solution? To shove subsidized housing down our throats again. Does anyone remember what happened 10 years ago, the last time the city tried to cram subsidized housing in uptown Lincoln Park? You better believe we residents all remember, and none of us want a multi-generational poverty prison in our neighborhood. We can accept and maybe even forgive honest mistakes that are owned up to, but you lose all credibility by doubling down on lies, buck passing, and deflection. We demand answers now. Thank you.
Okay, please continue.